Hello there. I'm gonna watch the last Epoch announcement today. I haven't had time. I've been playing PoE2 and real life stuff. And yeah, here we go. So it's last Epoch. I highly recommend playing the game. It's one of my favorite action RPGs. I'm a huge Carve simp. I love Carve as a streamer, and he works for them now. So yeah. Um, and it's called Tomb of the Erased. I have no idea. I haven't watched like anything. I'm gonna watch the first short trailer and then go into the longer thingy. So we'll start with this one. It's 15 seconds. Ooh, what the fuck? Yeah, and the release date is changed because of PoE. Okay, and now we have this one. I prepared this. Okay. Patch overview.
Hello, travelers. I'm Judd Kobler, game director for Last Epoch and founder of 11th Hour Games. I'm excited to tell you more about the long anticipated content coming in Season 2
God damn it.
called
Okay.
Tombs of the
All right.
Erased, releasing on April 17th.
Okay.
For Season 2, we took more time and focused on the things that our players were telling us they'd like to see next, like expanding the end game,
Yeah.
more content variety, balance, and more. Season 2 is truly a massive update, and there's plenty to cover, so let's dive in.
Yeah.
In Season 2,
I just wanna. I don't know. I'm just gonna say this. I love the how they've solved the SSF part of this game. That you can like you take a guild or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. It's like it's like 8 months or what is it? Is it a half a year since we played last? The last season one? I don't remember. It was so long ago. But yeah, you spec into the guild. You can either trade or you can spec into getting specific items and stuff. It's really cool. I love that solution. It's very neat.
you're introduced to the Woven, a new in-game faction. Their followers worship the Weaver, a titan who seeks to create a new world free from the void and other imperfections.
Mm-hmm.
When exploring the Monolith of Fate, you'll encounter procedurally generated tombs and cemetery side zones, in which the Weaver has been experimenting with souls and memories to make her new world. The Woven seek to perfect the Weaver's design
Cool
by
skill.
sending the traveler to the tombs and cemeteries to cull her flawed creations. These tomb and cemetery side zones are the foundation for interacting with our new in-game systems in Season 2. Inside these zones, you'll find the Woven, who have captured souls for the Weaver and wrapped them in cocoons. Breaking these cocoons open will release the souls, which will then flee and possess nearby enemies.
Okay.
Possessed enemies gain new abilities and increased health and damage, and when slain drop Memory Amber, a new currency used in the Weaver faction. You'll want to collect as much Memory Amber as you can throughout the zones. Tombs and cemeteries will end with a unique boss fight that, if completed, will reward you with the ability to access the Woven Enchanter, which can enchant one of your class-specific idols. Enchanting an idol via the Woven Enchanter will add a new affix of a random tier and an amount of Weaver's Touch. Weaver's Touch is converted to randomly upgrade the affix applied and or add an additional affix to the idol that can also be upgraded if there's additional Weaver's Touch to be converted,
Yeah.
much like the Weaver's Will mechanic.
Yeah.
These may have
Cool.
up to 2 enchanted affixes total. This conversion of Weaver's Touch happens as you gain experience while having the idol equipped. The first enchantment of an idol is free. Re-enchanting the same idol costs Memory Amber each time and re-rolls a new enchantment affix, replacing the previous affixes. To keep non-class idols competitive, we've added new idol subtypes with more powerful modifiers as well. Completing a
Cool.
cemetery, the larger of the 2 types of side zones, will also give access to an altar of the Weaver. Altars are used to place the Weaver's constructed realities into the Echo Web, which take form as and are called Woven Echoes.
So you can build
Woven
your own
echoes are a
endgame.
new special itemized type of echoes, glimpses into the Weaver's new world that introduce a lot of exciting new content and rewards to Last Epoch's endgame. These drop from enemies within tombs and cemeteries and can be purchased from the Woven faction NPC, Mask. Woven Echoes will provide new challenges and objectives, such as access to brand new bosses like the Draw Queen and Ignixoros the Antipode Dragon, or enhanced versions of existing bosses like Majasa with new abilities and even an uber version of the pinnacle boss Aberoth introduced in Season 1. But beware, defeating Uber Aberoth is only accomplishable by the most skilled players and powerful characters in Eterra. There are many
So I need to play a meta build because I'm a bad player.
You special ways to craft items
If I want to complete that.
Anywhere else in the game. Access to new unique items only found by defeating these bosses, and even ways to accelerate in-game progression for alt characters by bringing a timeline's corruption up to match the corruption of another character's timeline. We'll go over some woven echoes momentarily.
Oh,
so far, there are
look at the
37 different
environments.
types of
Pretty
woven echoes
nice.
being introduced with Season 2 and more to come. Once you've found and completed your first cemetery, you'll catch the attention of Mask, the Weaver's High Priest, who will bring you to the Haven of Silk to tell you more about the Woven and then invite you to join them.
Wait, what is this? The Woven. Weaver Tree. Weaver Tree Point. You can purchase 3 new Woven echoes from Mask. On Weaver Tree Point, you can purchase 2 new Woven echoes from Mask. Okay.
Joining and gaining rank with the Woven will allow you to unlock more Woven echoes and give you access and points to spend in the new Weaver's Tree.
Oh, yeah, there's a chance for Zerg to join you in your echoes, fight alongside you, and increase your gold drop significantly.
The Weaver's Tree allows you to influence the encounters and rewards in the Monolith of Fate, providing more agency over your in-game experience. Some options include having a chance for arena echoes.
It's like the Atlas tree.
To be replaced with super arena echoes, which contain champion enemies.
Or am I stupid? I don't remember anything about this game. To be serious. To be honest.
Some key nodes allow items and woven echoes to be imprinted into the tree, yielding different effects. Like imprinting a woven echo, giving it a chance to spawn in your echo web without placing it via the altar of the Weaver in cemeteries.
Okay.
Or imprint an item to make it so that an item of the same type and rarity is granted as an additional reward when completing echoes.
Whoa.
Imprint an item and there will be a chance for enemies and regular echoes to drop a pile of items similar to the imprinted one.
What the
There are many
fuck?
fun and exciting options in the Weaver's Tree that allow you to shape your end-game experience.
That sounds
and loot hunt.
fucking
We can't wait
awesome.
to hear your feedback. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about a bit more of the interesting itemization and crafting options coming with Season 2, largely enabled via these woven echoes. In Season 2, we're introducing set item crafting, which can be accessed via the Great Bridge Woven Echo. Shattering a set item grants you 1 to 4 set affix shards you can then use to craft your own reforged set items.
What the
Each set item
fuck?
is associated with one specific shard unique to that set item that
Sunforged Great Helm Reforged. Okay.
when crafted onto an item makes it act as that set item. This means that you can craft your own reforged set items that count for the set's bonuses, and you can mix and match these by using the original set items together with the reforged set items.
Oh my god. Itemization. Bonanza. What the hell? Oh, I'm too stupid to play these games, dude. I'm too old for this shit. For this stuff. My brain, dude. Oh. I'm happy there's build makers out there.
Only one type of set affix shard can be applied to any individual item, and this item cannot be used in legendary crafting via the Eternity Cache. We're also adding the ability to re-roll the legendary potential of uniques via the Farsight Turtle Woven Echo. The unique must have at least one legendary potential. Rerolling the legendary potential possesses quite a significant risk, as if the legendary potential fails to go up, it will instead go down all the way to 0. This is a worthy risk, as many times to get an upgrade, you need to have more than one legendary.
Yeah, so if it has like 1 point, you can just throw it in there. YOLO it up to 4.
Potential. And even in the case that it ends up going down to 0, you can then attempt to upgrade it again via the Nemesis Egg, providing multiple new chances to turn an item that might not be an upgrade into an upgrade. In the Orden's Watch Woven Echo, you can replace attributes, strength, dexterity, attunement, or intelligence, with another, as long as the affix isn't sealed. This costs 1 forging potential from the item. The tier and roll range of the replaced affix will be preserved for the new affix. In the Gauntlet of Strife Woven Echo, you'll be challenged by a sequence of boss encounters, and by completing, you'll be rewarded with access to the Sacrificial Altar, which can be used to sacrifice a unique, legendary, Weaver's Will item or set item to re-roll the mod and implicit values of a matching item. The item being
Oh my
sacrificed
God.
needs to have equal or greater legendary potential or Weaver's Will. Rune of Research and Glyph of Insight have been removed and replaced by the thaumaturgy device at the end of the Rune Prison Complex Woven Echo, where you can replace a prefix with an experimental affix on boots, gloves, or a belt.
My brain can't. It's too much. I don't remember things from this game. All the words. Kvar. Gick det bra?
This makes the process of crafting experimental affixes much simpler. The exiled mages you encounter will have a chance to drop this Woven Echo. We're also adding some brand new crafting materials, such as Rune of Weaving, which speeds up your Weaver's Will and Weaver's Touch item conversions. Using a Rune of Weaving will convert some Weaver's Will or Touch to add additional affixes or affix tiers like you would gain by slaying enemies with the item equipped. Rune of Havoc, which shuffles the tiers of affixes of an exalted item. Sealed affixes are unaffected by this action. For example, you could potentially use the Rune of Havoc to change Tier 1 Strength to Tier 7 on an item that had a different affix at Tier 7 previously.
Cool.
Rune of Redemption, which rerolls exalted affixes to other affixes, preserving tier and roll range. Again, sealed affixes are unaffected. Another crafting update we believe you guys will be excited about is when using the Eternity Cache in Temporal Sanctum, Tier 2 or above, you may now select one affix that is guaranteed to be applied to the legendary that you're about to create.
That's
Season
huge.
2 brings an additional challenge for players with newly introduced champion enemies that spawn in the campaign, monolith, and dungeon. Champions are powerful versions of enemies with additional and altered abilities that spawn with 3 additional random modifiers, including 1 champion mod. They drop extra loot when killed and even have a small chance to drop much rarer loot, like a pile of unique items. Champions also always drop an item with a sealed champion affix that depends on the champion's mod. For example, a Volcano champion will always drop a belt with a Volcano champion's affix. These mods have unique affixes rarely seen elsewhere and can be very powerful when used with the correct builds.
Interesting.
We've made many updates to both the monolith and dungeons. Monoliths have new objectives, like slaying enemies until a cocooned item drops, which is a unique item that has a higher chance to have legendary potential when identified, or the need to seal deadly void rifts that had begun appearing in the echoes.
Wow, it's like a new game,
Power
dude.
monoliths on alts much more quickly, as we've made characters in the same environment share Monolith of Fate timeline unlocks. We've improved arenas by having enemy waves spawn more quickly, and increased enemies' movement speed so that they don't take as long to reach you. And we've updated Echo Spire objectives, so that the spires are guarded by a mini-boss and only attack you once you've engaged the Guardian. This means that they will no longer shoot at you from all the way across the map. For dungeons, we're introducing dungeon charms, which can modify a dungeon run. We're introducing 2 charms with this patch, one of which is called a portal charm that can be used to immediately portal to the boss of a dungeon and gain a random assortment of mods that you would have gained along the way. We've also added the Black Market Key Trader to Majelka's Upper District in the Divine Era, where you can exchange any 3 dungeon keys for a portal charm. In dungeons, you can now use a key
Oh my
to respawn
God.
either on the floor you've gotten to or at the boss, instead of needing to repeat the entire dungeon. Please,
That's
don't
huge.
test this as a hardcore character. It will not save you. In Season 2, the Sentinel class is receiving a ton of updates, from small adjustments to skills to fully reworking others. Paladin and Void Knight are receiving major overhauls to their mastery passive trees, and Forge Guard is receiving some additions, like a passive allowing them to wield a 2-handed weapon and a shield at the same time.
Yo,
Volatile
that's my
Reversal
build.
has been completely reworked, including a brand new skill tree. By default, it is now a combo traversal skill, where the first use of the skill sends you forward in time to a location to strike enemies in an area, while the second use sends you back in time to your original location, once again striking enemies in that area. You can build for melee or spell damage, and the tree offers some great interaction with other skills like Devouring Orb. We've renamed Sigils of Hope to Symbols of Hope to free up the term for the planned skill sigil system coming later, and have updated its functionality. Symbols of Hope now automatically generate symbols for you, meaning no spending mana or stopping to cast it.
Yes.
Actively using the ability now consumes the symbols to grant ward and temporary damage reduction.
Nice.
Devouring Orb at a baseline now also deals void damage over time in an area around it, and these damaging areas can stack. Its skill tree has been updated with cool new possibilities, including a node that instantly casts it for you whenever you move. No more numlock needed, and no more getting interrupted every time it casts.
Oh, that
Most
skill is so
Sentinel skills
nice.
received a variety of small to moderate updates to improve their power and offer additional build options. Examples include Multi-Strike that has been given more support to deal single target damage by allowing additional swords to hit the same target. Vengeance has been updated to include conversions to both fire and void.
Okay.
Life can now be converted to void. Javelin's Divine Fury and Siege Barrage nodes now work together.
Oh my god.
Hammer
Yeah.
Throw has received buffs to non-spiraling nodes. Shield Throw no longer has a
Nice.
cooldown at base and has a node to allow it to bounce from the player. And Time Rot is now a
I'm playing Sentinel. Yeah.
viable, distinctly unique damaging
This
area
looks
for
so
Void
cool.
Knights. We're also very excited.
The
to
Forge
bring
Guard
new
was
skill
kind of garbage, right? If I remember correctly, it was giga garbage.
Marksman, Heartseeker. Heartseeker shoots a single target arrow that seeks a nearby targeted enemy and has a chance to recurve, meaning it pierces and comes back to hit the target again.
That's cool as fuck.
When building for Heartseeker, you'll likely want to increase the recurve chance, allowing it to pierce and hit the same enemy many times. If the target is destroyed and Heartseeker would have recurved, it will instead seek another nearby target. Heartseeker's skill tree gives options to be converted to fire and cold, has lots of support for poison and bleed, can be used as utility
poison.
to generate mana
Yo.
in different shrouds, and even to provide global buffs granting added throwing and spell damage. You can also remove the base functionality where Heartseeker seeks a new target after slaying the first, and instead turn those leftover recurves into puncture skill procs that fire towards nearby
Yo.
enemies. Heartseeker requires 30 points in the marksman tree, and Hail of Arrows has been moved to the 35-point skill unlock slot. Season 2 is bringing quite a lot of balance changes. Health builds are generally more effective as there's
Nice.
much more access to health modifiers across the game.
Good, good.
Health affixes and health regeneration have been buffed, and health granted per level has been increased.
It's the opposite of PoE.
Ward builds
Wow.
are still powerful, but
PoE 2, I
outliers
mean.
allowing for massive ward generation have been rebalanced. In general, many skills have received buffs, as our goal is to make many more builds viable for in-game content, and previous meta builds that were overperforming have been brought in line. Skills such as Black Hole, Elemental Nova, Tornado, Flurry, and Shurikens have had their damage effectiveness increased. We expect there to be a lot of new builds that players are excited to try out in Season 2. Idle enchantments and new non-class specific Weaver idols will also raise the power level floor for all builds. Many unique items have received a pass to help make them more useful. For example, Eye of Reen can once again be used with Warpath and other skills which hit with indirect attacks. Boulder's Wrath can proc Earthquake twice as much as before, and Stormbreaker can now gain Storm stacks instead of a small chance to cast Lightning Strike. We've also applied some quality of life updates to multiple skills. Like
It's too
Warpath's
much.
Berserk lasting 50% longer. Dreadshade no longer has duration. You can hold 3 black arrows from Dark Quiver at once. And we've increased the amount of shortcutting you can do with movement skills by increasing the distance you can travel with them over gaps. Loot lizards will spawn a bit less baseline in Season 2, but there will be more scenarios where you'll be excited to find them, and you can also increase their spawn rate via the Weaver tree. In Season 2, we're introducing 25 new unique items. This includes 8 new Weaver's Will uniques and 4 early backer uniques. About half of these are tied to new tombs, cemeteries,
I
and
can't.
echo bosses.
I don't understand anything what's good or not in this game anymore.
While the
I'm
other half
so
is handled in the
confused. It's
overarching
too
top
much
four.
for me.
And there are plenty of additional improvements coming with Season 2 to be excited about. You can now respec your mastery for gold in the End of Time. The cost of respecializing your mastery is a lot cheaper in the lower to mid-level.
Oh my god, okay. I'm definitely picking the Sentinel. Holy shit. Because if I can respec... Oh my god.
So it's easier
Oh,
to experiment, but it increases as your character level goes up.
yeah, sure.
We're introducing a beta version of WASD movement.
Okay.
You can access this via the settings gameplay menu. We'll be monitoring player feedback on this implementation, and we're excited to hear your feedback. We have updated the inventory to have tabs to separate out keys and the new woven echoes. And we've also introduced automatic storing as an option that will be on by default, so that when you pick up crafting items like shards, they will immediately go to your crafting materials panel. Both
Okay,
of these updates
why
make
wouldn't...
inventory
Okay.
management much nicer.
That should be on
and
by
will need to be
default,
dealt
right?
with much less frequently. For Gamepad, we have completely reworked skill targeting, which improves every single skill and skill mutation, making targeting and using abilities more intuitive and responsive.
Cool.
We can also now make updates to individual skills targeting much more easily, so we'll be looking for your feedback and improving these even further. There are a ton of additional updates and fixes in Season 2, and we invite you to read the full patch notes on our forum. Along with all these incredible updates coming in Season 2, we're excited to announce a new batch of supporter packs known as the Woven series. Each of these 4 supporter packs offers new and unique ways to customize your appearance, and the team has cooked up some pretty amazing offerings. Starting with the Woven Traveler pack. We really wanted our entry-level pack to have some pretty awesome stuff. And what better way to travel through Atera than with your own capybara pet? That's right, it wasn't an April Fool's joke after all. You will also score 2 new weapon cosmetics, a backslot cosmetic, and all new color arrangements for your evade skill. That's right, with Season 2, we've implemented skill cosmetics, and you'll find many more in the in-game store. The Woven Templar is the
They've
next
been
tier in
cooking
the
too
Woven
hard.
series and brings some serious heat. To start, you get all of the cosmetics from the Woven Traveler, and then, to kick off the Templar pack, we start with a full cosmetic armor set known as the Bronze Scale Plate. But the fire doesn't stop there. You're also getting Yoshok's Destroyer, a massive two-handed
I don't like the cosmetics, I must be honest. It's too much like big shoulders.
hammer cosmetic.
It's
A
so
new portal skin,
generic.
another fiery evade
I don't like
cosmetic,
it.
and the first look at the fire footprint cosmetic.
That's why I
And
like
an additional
PoE. They don't go for the big shoulder like they do. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
100 Epoch points to use in the in-game cosmetic shop. Up next, and second tier in
Yeah,
the
look at
Woven
that.
series is
Big shoulders. Big shoulders. Yeah, I don't know. But big shoulders. Big shoulders. Big shoulders. Shoulders. It's
the
always
Woven
big
Vanquisher
shoulders. I don't
supporter
like
pack,
it.
and
It's
this
so...
pack is charged and ready.
Yeah.
As with the previous tiers, the Woven Vanquisher supporter pack also includes all cosmetic items from the Woven Templar and Woven Traveler packs. Kicking off the Woven Vanquishers pack, players will harness the power
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
like
with
that.
the Thunderfang cosmetic armor set. You'll also receive the Tempest Gate portal, Storm Drake Wings back attachment, Storm Dragon staff.
Look at that.
Stormwalker evade
Even on the like mage, they have added shoulders, big shoulders.
effect,
I think
and
that's stupid.
lightning footprints.
I don't like it
And
at all.
finally, if you're looking to get everything the Woven series of supporter packs has to offer, then the top tier Woven Legends supporter pack is the one for you. Harnessing the visual prowess of the Weaver herself, don the Shroud
That looks
Woven
cool, though.
Disciple cosmetic armor set.
This is better, but still, why always big? The shoulder, like this, is like above eye level. The shoulder, so stupid.
Be sure to bring along your faithful companion, the Thread Strider pet. You will also receive 4 unique evade cosmetics and the Weaver Footprints visual effect. The Woven Legends supporter pack also includes all of the cosmetic offerings from the Woven Vanquisher, Woven Templar, and Woven Traveler supporter packs. This really is the Get Everything pack. We're also adding many more items you can purchase with Epoch points in the store, including those awesome new skill cosmetic effects. We sincerely appreciate your support and hope you enjoy Last Epoch Season 2. Thank you for your patience, as this one took a bit longer to get out, but we hope that the wait was worth it, and we'll aim to be delivering seasonal patches more quickly going forward. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in Atera for the launch of Tombs of the Erased on April 17th.
I mean, if they cook this much, I mean, we can wait as long as we have done this time. I mean, it's not about amount, it's about it being good, right? It is, at least in the long run, that will be better for them and for us as well. That's fucking crazy. That is stupid. And I think that's releasing tomorrow, right? Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, tomorrow. That is stupid. What the fuck? Okay. I don't even know what to say. They've boiled the shit out of this one. Holy moly. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna play the Sentinel, definitely. Oh my god. Do some hammer action, maybe? Probably. I like that. Or maybe javelins. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna... Well, I'll look up a few builds, but I'm gonna try and be open unless I see something that I like really want to play. I'm gonna play that then. Anyway, that's my reaction to last Epoch, Tombs of the Erased. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. Yeah. PoE 2. It's gonna be on ice for a while, seems like. Anyway, have a good one. Stay awesome. See you guys next time.